Girl, I can't lie.
People always assume that you have to spend thousands of dollars to find nice and unique clothing, but that's simply not true. A lot of the best clothes are actually found at thrift stores. They're also fun and unique, and they have a story behind them which shows when you wear them. But thrift stores are huge and a lot of the time very overwhelming, so how can you find cute, good quality clothes in a place like this? Well, I got you. Before you even step into the thrift store, you need to make sure you already have a sense of style, mainly because finding quality clothes is all about having perspective, which is basically being able to see the potential of a clothing item when styling it. In order to have perspective when shopping, you need to already have an idea of your own personal style. I have a lot of old videos about this topic, but I have a ton of new ideas that I think will help you even better than the ones that I listed in that video, so let me know if you want me to make an updated how to find your personal style video. Also, you need to make a list of things that you want so that you don't go into the thrift store and buy everything. For me, I'm looking for satchel bags, some nice boots, and a really nice mini button-down top. Once you have those things down, you're ready to shop. Before we start, I think it's important to note, this is a thrift store. This is not a thrift store. This is a thrift store, but this is not a thrift store. This is a thrift store, but this is not a thrift store. A lot of people get vintage shopping and thrifting confused, so here's the difference. Although thrift stores and vintage shops are both secondhand stores, vintage shops suggest rarity with their items, while thrift store items are a lot more common. Once you step into a thrift store, things can be very overwhelming, so I suggest going straight to the jewelry and the accessories because that's the least intimidating to look at. But once you're ready, just start at one section and start searching. If this takes a long time, that's okay. I started off with the sweaters and I really want to show you guys which is the best bang for your buck. I found 3 similar sweaters. The first one is made of 100% synthetic materials. This is kind of a close-up of what it looks like and you can tell it's pretty thin. This is the second one. It's made of 100% acrylic, which is very common for sweaters to be made with. Here's kind of a close-up of the material, but I don't really like it because the hanger can easily jab through it like this and it frays a lot and that gets really annoying. But the last one is this one and it's made up about 57% cotton and then the rest is synthetic materials. Kind of a close-up of the material, and I tried to do the fray test on it and it didn't really fray as much as the last one. After analyzing all 3 sweaters, I think it's very obvious which one is the best one out of the bunch, and it's this one because it has the most natural fibers in it. And surprisingly, all of these sweaters are the same price. They're all $7.49, so like steal, hello. But yeah, that's like honestly a really important thing that you need to know if you want to thrift to have your clothes last, just knowing the difference between the textures of stuff and knowing what to look for. But just because something has natural fiber in it doesn't mean it's always good. Sometimes you do want something that is made of synthetic fibers, and here is an example of that. Here we have 2 polo shirts. To anyone else, there's not much of a difference between them except for their color, but to me, there is an enormous difference between them. Obviously, this is from Polo Ralph Lauren, and it's made of 100% cotton, and this is from Chaps, and it's made from 100% polyester. If you want a nice quality polo that's gonna last you a really long time, I would prefer getting this because it's made of natural fibers. Those usually last the longest. But specifically, Jen wants to actually DIY this. She wants to cut this into a crop top, and if that's what you want, I highly don't suggest getting something like this because then it's going to give you a hem that looks like this. The hem is usually going to be really rough and stiff, and it's just not going to give you the look that you want. You want something that flows really easily, and that's what you can get from this polyester top. So if you want to cut it and DIY it and have it look really nice, I would suggest actually getting this one. Okay guys, here we have two blazers. This beige one and this black one. As you can tell, this blazer isn't really made with the best quality. It's really wrinkly, which is a sign that it's very thin, because thin things wrinkle easily. The stitching isn't the greatest. And I feel like if you want a high quality blazer, you don't want to go for something like this. This is made of mostly polyester and visco. Visco is like a fabric that's used for draping. I think visco is really important, but I feel like an excess of it is honestly really detrimental. So personally for me, I wouldn't go for something like this. Instead, I would go for something like this. One, black's my color, I like it better, but also you can tell this is a natural fiber. It picks up like the fur and like the hairs really easily. That's always a sign of natural fibers. It's also a lot more structured. You can definitely tell in the shoulders that it's a lot more structured. And even when I feel it, I'm feeling shoulder pads. So I feel like if you were to go with a blazer, I would definitely go with something more like this. I also really like the fit of it. I love blazers that are a little bit smaller. Definitely, like, I do love oversized blazers, but I don't know, I'm loving a smaller fit recently. For some things, not everything. Don't worry, I'm still an oversized girl. As I was editing this video, I came across two TikToks, and it would be criminal if I didn't add them into this video right now because I feel like they provide such great tips for thrifting. So here they are right now.
One thing my grandmother taught me about buying shoes at the thrift store is to make sure that you do the shoe rock test. The other day, I came across these authentic Harley Davidson leather boots. They were priced at $48, and they were also giving an additional 50% off shoes this day. But when I did the shoe rock test, I noticed that these boots were not stable at all. My grandmother always used to say, if it rocks off your foot, it's gonna rock on your foot. And let me show you what I mean. As I'm putting on the boots, you can already see that the boot is already kind of leaning to the side. And as I start to walk, you'll notice that the boot is a little wobbly. It's rocking unintentionally. Shoes that are made properly will not rock like this when you put them on. And if they do, don't buy them, sis. So the next time you're thrifting some heels, make sure you do the shoe rock test. And if they hitting the lean with it, rock with it, make sure you leave them behind.
If you think your thrift store doesn't have good stuff and you never find anything, maybe you're just not shopping with perspective. Allow me to explain. These are hospital compression socks. This is kind of an ugly plaid skirt from Talbot's. But since I have some perspective about what I like and styles I like, I know that I like outfits that have this length skirt and socks and these kind of shoes and this style tank top, and I like metallics with plaids. You know what I'm saying? And then I end up with an outfit that I think is really cool. Without perspective, this is a little boy's soccer jersey. Until I add a sequin skirt, a belt, and some boots. And it's a cool outfit because I remember seeing someone wear a jersey with a lace skirt. And this is a similar vibe, like mixing up and down stuff, you know? So I'm like referencing something in my head. This is a jacket that either belonged to an old man or a woman named Bertha. And these socks probably belong to a 12-year-old boy. But I know that I like something oversized with a high sock. And I know that I like a kitten heel with a high sock. Then we add some headphones, and suddenly I'm into it. And Bertha's slang. A completely different perspective on the jacket. This is a skirt my religion teacher would have worn. When I think about it from the perspective of how a designer I like would style it, like maybe with some boxers shown out and some boots, maybe add some personal, cool style touches, maybe add a jacket you like, some sunglasses, or a sweatshirt, just a fire department sweatshirt. It's cool.
Yeah, those are just some of the tips I have. Let me know if you want to see more. But now, let's see what I actually got from here. And this is the styled outfit. The top, the bag, and the boots are all thrifted. The pants are from Musinsa, and the little lacy bras from Amazon. I like this outfit because I use a little bit of perspective to style the boots zipped open and with my pants tucked into them.